Has your wife ever accused you of not being passionate enough? Of just wanting to have sex without making love or being romantic? If so, just know that you are not alone. And I, Caitlin B., your sex and relationship coach, am here today to help you to determine how to create genuine passion in your relationship so that your partner will truly be excited about having sex with you. So maybe you've noticed that your partner's not as eager as you hope to jump into the sheets with you. Or maybe she said to you, I just don't feel the connection. Today, I'm going to show you how to address all of that by building an emotional and energetic connection such that she feels excited, like deeply excited about the chance to be intimate with you. Let's start off by discussing why passion matters. So when women use the term passion, we are often referring to a combination of emotional and energetic connection that kind of sweeps us away, kind of moves us from the normal day-to-day humdrum of existence into an exciting sexual space. When the two of you got together, this was probably very easy. For the first year of our relationships, we're usually like very hormonally driven. Our neurotransmitters are all about this person, and it doesn't take a whole lot for us to get going. But later on in relationships, after years 2 and beyond, it can feel a little bit more routine. We switch from having a very passionate relationship to a companion relationship. We begin to have a deeper friendship. We don't have just a like exciting sexual connection. We have all of these other things and memories, and maybe we have a home or are married or have kids, and those are the things that we really connect over more than just having a hot and steamy sexual relationship. And for a lot of men, that doesn't strike them as an issue. They are able to compartmentalize all of that and still rely on the testosterone in their bodies and the conditioning that they have to want sex, and they still want sex. They may still want it all the time or at the drop of the hat. It may not seem like that big of a deal. Why do we need to have a deep sense of closeness or an emotional connection? Why do you need to feel like you're being swept off of your feet in order to get into sex? But the truth is that we're just different. We're just wired differently. And this isn't even just a gender thing. Women are like that, men are like this. Human beings are like a spectrum. Some of us, sex is easy and we want it regularly. Some of us, in order to want it, need to have the emotional foundation, the energetic foundation, the connection. They need to feel the momentum of passion in order to go there. So let's talk about how to build that connection. And it doesn't have to be hard. If you are listening to me right now and you're like, oh my God,
women are complicated. Why is Caitlin always telling us men to do all of the hard work to make it work for women? Why can't women just come to us and do it our way?
Well, I promise you, women are often trying to come to you and do it your way. But this doesn't have to be hard, and it can be really, really rewarding for you as well. Let's talk about how to create it. Number 1, foreplay starts as soon as you're done having sex. What I mean by this is that as soon as you like roll off of each other and like have your little postcoital snuggle and go to the bathroom and get ready for bed or whatever, foreplay starts immediately. It starts the next morning. It happens all day. It is not just when you get into the same space and clothes start coming off. Passion doesn't just begin in the bedroom. It starts way before. So you can do little things called micro gestures that create that connection all day. And therefore you're not trying to, cram it in right before you're trying to get it in, right? These are small but meaningful moments throughout the day, throughout the week that show her your love, your appreciation, and that you see her, that you get her. An example of this is just sending a midday text. Something like, I'm thinking about you. Thinking about the way that you were looking at me last night. Thinking about how gorgeous you look in this picture on my phone. Just do something that lets her know that you are thinking about her in an affectionate, in a passionate, in a desirous way. It doesn't have to be sexually explicit in nature. And I know for many of you, and I love this about men, you're like so focused, you get to work at 9 and you don't stop thinking about work until 5 and like nothing else exists in the middle. At any point, your lunch break, your moment of, when you're going to the bathroom, just shoot off a quick text. Consider this a part of foreplay. Consider this like a little deposit in her love bank that you're gonna cash in on later. But don't necessarily expect anything in response. Secondly, compliment her. Offer her compliments, how she looks, her outfit, her hair, the way that she whipped together this amazing dinner, how wonderful she is with the kids. Make it sincere, make it very real, but when we compliment each other, it reminds us more about the way that we interacted when we were dating, when we were trying to get this person to like us or to want to sleep with us or want to live with us. These go a long way into creating little points of connection. And again, you're just like building up a little bit at a time. Let her know that you find her attractive. desirable, leave it there. Next, light physical touches. A lot of women have the experience of only being touched by their man when he wants to have sex with her. But a warm hand on her back, a gentle pinch on the butt if she's into that when you walk by, a gentle kiss on her forehead. If you see her reading on the couch, come over and give her, a little kiss, a little neck rub. Let her know that you are interested in being in physical contact with her and that it's not just a means to an end. You're not just touching her because you want to have sex with her. You're touching her because you find her desirable and because you know that she appreciates it. It's really important that you are touching her in a way that is truly and genuinely wanted by her and meaningful for her. If you come along and just like honk her breasts, and that's a huge turn off for her, then you're doing the opposite of what we are trying to do here. Now let's talk about women's on switch. A lot of men assume that women's desire works just like a light switch. You just tap it in one direction and it just works. She's either on or off. And if you both get together and you take your clothes off, then like, boing, that light switch is gonna go on. But for most women, desire is a little bit more like a dimmer. It gradually builds as she feels more emotionally connected, but also as she lets go of the stress and the things that kind of get in the way. It is a gas pedal and a brake pedal. In order to access this, we need to put our foot on the gas, yes, but we also need to remove our foot from the brake. And the brake can be a lot of things. The brake can be dirty dishes in the sink. It can be kids that don't have their homework done. There are all kinds of obstacles that prevent her from getting turned on. So once you understand what the obstacles are, you can help her to remove them, and then you can put your gas pedal. You can hit the gas pedal. Sometimes this is as simple as just asking her about her day, understanding what her current stress and mental load is, what she's got going on in terms of her tasks, her responsibilities. Understand that if those are taking up 100% of her brain space, she doesn't have a ton of extra space to create desire, right? This is why we talk about chore play. This is why women say that a man handling some of the chores and lightening their load is a big aphrodisiac. It actually makes her feel horny, not because she gets so turned on seeing you do the dishes. It's allowing her to take stuff off of her mind, and then once that is off of her mind, she's able to access more desire. Another pro tip for creating passion that doesn't have to be complicated is acknowledging her, appreciating her actively, and asking her. You can literally ask her, what is it that you want to be acknowledged for? She might surprise you. You might think she wants to be acknowledged for, everything she did for the kids all day, but actually she wants to be acknowledged for how she's keeping tabs on your mom's health while she's recovering from her surgery. Ask her what she wants to be appreciated for, and then acknowledge her genuinely, like truly, deeply, sincerely, and watch what happens. I don't think people think about this when they think about passion. They think about dancing, they think about deep makeouts, they think about romantic movies that end in extreme gestures. But actually, the things that build up passion are a lot smaller, a lot more nuanced. They are the little habits that actually make a huge difference over time. So connect with her daily, compliment her and let her know that you are interested in her. Don't touch her just when you want to have sex, but create meaningful physical connection during the day. Take things off of her plate that will allow more space for desire to occur. Give her appreciation and acknowledgments, the ones that are actually the most meaningful for her. And all of these things will help you to keep the emotional bond between you alive and exciting. And then after you have done those things, which by the way will feel good for you too, I promise you, like taking a moment to connect with someone who is such an important piece of your life, if this is your wife or your girlfriend or the mother of your children, like these are gonna feel good for you and for your nervous system as well. And if you put the time in to do those things and then take every other video from this channel, from how to have great foreplay to amazing sex to aftercare, take all of that into consideration, bring that in, but only after you have done these pieces, and you will have a far more passionate, far more exciting, far more sexually adventurous life, and it will be well worth it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and in the comments below, write what other ways that you have found to create passion in your relationship that don't require extreme gestures or makeouts in the rain. I'm Caitlin B, and I will see you here later.